I wanna film a video on a topic I finally essentially got enough of experience and competence to film. So today we will tie multiple cases and situations over multiple months to give a point. To make a point and to educate as much as we are capable. I say we because I am not alone for this video. My Karin is helping me to make this video. And this video is specifically about karins. It is about jinn who are with us from birth. It is about them specifically. It is about what they do, what is their task, what is their mission, how they operate, are they friends or allies, are they to be trusted, what to do when one is having problem with the Qarinn, how to work with the Qarinn, what is the Qarinn. All of those questions will be answered in this video. In this clip, I will not talk about how to contact the Qarinn, because it is not something which should be done lightly. There is an old video about Qarins on this channel, but I doubt anybody watched that video, and I filmed that video when I didn't had accurate and appropriate knowledge about the subject. So, what are the karins? Those are jinn who are bound to our souls at birth by will of Allah, by will of God, and they are separate from our souls but also unified with our souls as long as we are alive. They are bound to us spiritually, mentally, and physically as long as we are in this flesh. And their task is to attune us to the left-hand path current, to the left side of God, to that energy. However, it is not the only mission of the Qarinn. So, Qarinn has seemingly three contradictory tasks. The first is to teach us the dark arts. The second is to protect us from dying. But the third is the one nobody talks about. And this is essentially the one which is the most usually said. It is essentially to torture us. So they are here to teach us, they are here to protect us from dying, but they are also here to torture us as much as possible. The question is, we know they are jinns. It's established. I think majority of the people on this channel know what is the jinn. But the question is how the Qarinn feeds. So the Qarinn feeds on the negative energy we radiate. Qarinn feeds on our own negativity. So the less negative energy we generate, less food will Qarinn have, and the weaker he will be. So, regarding the Qarins, reading some form of devotional prayers to God of your religion. It could be Hindu gods, it could be Christian gods, it could be Christian God, it could be Muslim God, Muslim version of it. It doesn't matter. So any form of connection to the source which brings positive life force energy weakens the Qarinn. Also, if we go the left-hand path route, if we want to work with negative energy, how we can work with our karins is if we get attuned to our own negative energy. So on the left-hand path spectrum, we need to attune to negative energy of ours in order to make Qarinn not something which is hostile. As your increasement of attunement to negative energy grows, your Qarinn will be less and less aggressive and more helpful. So, the question is, how do we diagnose that the Qarinn wants to fuck us up? So, here are the symptoms which I noticed in me and also in other people. Voices in the head, mostly loops, heat, pressure, mental distress, and most importantly, anxiety and exhaustion. Those are symbols I noticed with all of the cases who had Qarinn problems, and also myself, until I figured out what's happening. So let's be clear, Qarinn is technically not an external entity. It is part of your soul and it is bound to your soul. And it cannot be removed from a soul. It is there with a soul until you die, until your physical body kicks the bucket. And so the Qarinn should be treated as an aspect of your own consciousness. So how should we help people who have Qarinn problems? We have two methods. You either deprive Qarinn of negative energy to feed off, or you attune to negative energy. How one can attune to negative energy? If you want to go genic route, one should invoke King Paimon and perform invocations of King Paimon to attune to negative energy. If one wants to go left-hand path, right-hand path route, one should pronounce the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala over and over again until the influence of Qarinn wanes. There are also many other left-hand path and right-hand path deities who can participate in similar aspects of this process, using those two different approaches. But more or less, it can answer a question for a majority of people who have those symptoms, because there is in reality a lot of them with those same symptoms, having those same problems, and the voices or pressure or an anxiety need to be constantly addressed, and here is answer to this. Also, a psychiatric medication for your symptoms if you have them, is extremely good, because when you are psychiatrically medicated, you will generate less negative energy, which will essentially help you. So I suggest all the people who have the problems I listed to go to a psychiatrist, because that will definitely help. And also involve spiritual methods as well as medical. Always contact your medical professional when you are having a health issue or mental health issue. And there is also a thing I need to say. There is a bad stance in this community of spiritual seekers. There is a bad belief, and that is a belief that the mind and soul are separated. They are not. Mind is simply part of the soul. It is not in any way, shape, or form separated from the soul. So whatever enters your mind also enters your soul and changes your energy signature. So if one who is having Qarinn problems masters his own mind, medicates himself so that mind works differently, exercises and meditates, Qarinn problems will also dissipate. Qarinn problem is not external spiritual problem. Qarinn problem is a problem with an aspect of consciousness. I explained why. I explained how. Because your Qarinn is a part of your consciousness. It is bound to your consciousness at birth. So you cannot banish the Qarinn. You can only either suppress it or attune to it. It's with you. And if you suppress it or if you attune to it, you will solve the issue. It kinda depends on your approach. Do you wanna go destructive route or creative route? It's your choice. If you have anything which I listed as Qarinn problems, please go and take appropriate medication. Describe all of your symptoms, all of your difficulties, and psychiatrist will give you a therapy which will help you and also include all other spiritually available methods for cleansing or negative energy attunement. Talk to you soon, guys, and see you tomorrow.